Ladies and gentlemen, one of the more frequent questions I get on Red Gaming Tech is how best to identify bottlenecks in your system. For example, am I CPU bottlenecked or GPU bottlenecked, or am I hitting the VRAM limitation of my graphics card, that type of thing. Well, there are of course a plethora of tools to test that out, but perhaps my favourite is MSI's AfterBurner. And I figure this is a great time to release a video. My name's Paul, and in this Red Gaming Tech.com video we're going to be investigating MSI's AfterBurner 4.4.0 Beta 11. Now, that's a pretty lengthy name, but it's very important to go with Beta 11 or onwards for one specific reason. You now have the ability to put on graphs, plot them on screen, and basically change them around as you would desire. Not only that, but you can set up various columns and groups to make it aesthetically pleasing for you. I'm showing you a couple of examples of how I've got MSI's AfterBurner set up on my particular system, though bear in mind I am still playing around with the beta, so it's not exactly final to say the least. I'm testing out to see how best I can represent data visually on screen for my particular usage. For those wondering, I'm running a GTX 1080 and a B350 motherboard combined with a Ryzen 5 at 1600X for this particular build, but for those unfamiliar with AfterBurner, it does work of course very well with Intel systems, with AMD graphics cards, Nvidia graphics cards, and what have you. Even better, it also works rather wonderfully for non-standard DirectX 11 APIs. In other words, I'm looking at you, DirectX 12, Vulkan, that type of thing. Quite a while ago I did release a basic MSI AfterBurner tutorial for overclocking, but since they have added so much additional functionality, I might actually put out another video in the distant future to kind of go more in depth into the stuff. But I did want to let you know about this because, as I said, I'm getting quite a few messages asking, you know, am I CPU bottlenecked or what have you, and this provides you all the tools you need to figure out, okay, well, I'm hitting, you know, 95% GPU utilization on the average. You know, my CPU's not hitting 100% all of the time. I'm generally, you know, okay. And if you notice that as a pattern across a myriad of different games, then generally, you know, the GPU is at fault. One small tidbit, I would also suggest using RivaTuner statistics, which of course comes bundled with MSI AfterBurner, and do make sure that you have on-screen display fill enabled, because what that does is it puts a background behind the text on screen, which makes it a lot easier to read the graphs and that type of stuff. I would also generally not have so many CPUs showing on screen because obviously that's a bit messy. I'm just doing it more for illustrative purposes than anything. Generally I would tidy up the GUI quite a bit, and I would certainly group things, have things across multiple columns, and then just, you know, have like frame times, frame rates, that type of thing, core clocks, memory utilization across one side, and it just makes things a lot more aesthetically easy for you to test things out. And don't forget, you can take screenshots or even log this stuff to the file. But as I said, this is just a quick video just to once again let you know that this beta is available. It's more of a PSA than anything else. So I'm gonna run off and leave you all to it. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.